Hillary Clinton appears to find some humor in her email scandal and history of tension with the media. While attending a dinner to honor a longtime Washington Post correspondent, the former Secretary of State told the crowd of journalists that she was ready to open up a new era of transparency.
I am all about new beginnings. A new grandchild, another new hairstyle, a new email account. Why not a new relationship with the press? So here goes. No more secrecy. No more zone of privacy. After all, what good did that do me?
Well, following her speech, Clinton did not take any questions, but did receive a standing ovation. All right, Joe.
She's a master.
She's a master.
She is not a master. She could be the master when it comes to manipulating situations.
What do you think about her jokes?
Well, I think they weren't self-deprecating, I can tell you that. I think what she basically did is she took the situations and circumstances that people have raised against her and turned them around and made light of them and made fun of them. You know, having her own email address. By the way, we'll never see that server because the subpoena will go right to the Attorney General's office and it'll stop. And that's just the way it is. I mean, you have to understand it. So those emails are gone. Whatever they deleted, they deleted. Whatever the government sees, or the public sees, it's going to happen. But I think that it's going to bring a lot of questions to bear. She may be able to woo the media in her conversations now, but as the debate goes on, and if she does decide she wants to run for the presidency, there are going to be a lot tougher questions coming from a lot more people than just honoring someone, which I think is great that she did. But you know, to make light of something that has such critical information, I mean, you don't know if there's, and I hate to bring this up, but you don't know if there's Benghazi information on that server. You don't know what is on that server. She was Secretary of State. You know, she had one of the most influential positions in the world representing us in this country, and we don't really know what went on. And that to me is not something to make light of.
And now she's joking about it, right, as Joe points out. So it tells me that she's ready to move on from it, even though we're not.
Okay, but I was listening to the reaction of the people in the audience, who were mostly journalists, and I thought, are they drunk?
Exactly.
Like, this isn't funny. This is really serious. And she's actually revealed her hand, you know, when she said something as simple as, and look what good it did me. You know, it's very obvious that she was using her own server as a way of being completely opaque. And I don't buy her no more secrets, you know, pure transparency. Look what the president...
of silence.
Just look what the president has been saying for 6 years about a transparent environment. And because now it's politically inconvenient for her to be called.
And Harris, did you pick up on the poll-tested female speak? So at the press conference, she talked about yoga and weddings and her mom's funeral, and now it's a new hairstyle, so she can relate to women.
And a relationship with the media. You know, But I want to go back to something you said, because I hadn't thought about this. I tend not to be, you know, so in the conspiracy-mindedness, so I would want to ask somebody who would know about this. But isn't it interesting, the timing of this? You said the outgoing AG, it'll just sit on that person's desk. Good thing it came out now, then. Yeah. If it's going to rise to the Attorney General who's leaving, good thing it came out now. That really makes me scratch my head. Now, if I'd been in that audience, well, obviously I wouldn't have been laughing, but I would have had an opportunity, because apparently nobody else was going to ask a follow-up question. Mrs. Clinton, does that mean that this has actually been good timing for you? Since it's the outgoing AG that this will rise to the point of?
Well, everything really in life is about timing. It depends on how you want to present it, where you want to present it. If you have a tough situation, what you want to do is present it at the end of someone's cycle or term when they have to pass it on to someone else, and they'll go,
maybe she linked it herself.
Do that. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Another woman.
I tell you,
Loretta Lynch, if she gets confirmed, is another woman, Attorney General. It will go nowhere. My problem isn't with Hillary Clinton in this instance, even though what she did was really bad and she's laughing about something that is potentially illegal. It's the media in that room laughing.
That's embarrassing.
It makes me want to hurl.
But Katie, they didn't even ask any follow-up. So is this foreshadowing of what's to come? This is all going to just be one big knee slapper?
If she wants to be so transparent, if she's honest about that, and if she wants us to trust her and create a new era of this transparent gloriousness, release the server.
There will be a time.
Truly.
I think what we have to do is we have to show patience at this particular time and listen and learn. And there will come a time when there will be the questions that will be asked that if she wants to run for president of the United States, she's going to have to answer to the American people. Yeah. That's going to be at some point. There's got to be an answer.
Here's my fear, that it follows the same progression as Benghazi, right? So then they start to. Anyone who asks a question, they start to paint them as being delusional.
Right. And they laugh.
Oh, Republicans are overreaching. Oh, they're crazy. They're just making it up. Oh, they have a derangement syndrome. And they start to accuse the right of acting, you know, like James Carville did. Yeah.
Well, James Carville is, I mean, James just takes a stand. I mean, he just says what he wants to say and takes a stand. And that's someone you look at and go, wow, guy's really got an opinion.
All right.